On December 16, 2024, the quiet city of Madison, Wisconsin was shattered by an act of unimaginable violence. Abundant Life Christian School, a place of learning and faith, became the scene of a horrific school shooting. The incident left the community reeling, grappling with grief and searching for answers. The day began like any other, with students and teachers arriving for another day of classes, but at approximately 10:57 a.m., a chilling call came through to emergency services. A young voice filled with terror reported an active shooter within the school walls. The call sent shockwaves through the city as police and first responders raced towards the scene. Within minutes, the school was surrounded by law enforcement officers. The situation was chaotic, with terrified students and staff trapped inside while officers worked to secure the perimeter. The sound of sirens filled the air, a stark contrast to the usual peacefulness of the neighborhood. Parents, alerted by frantic calls and text messages, rushed to the school, their faces etched with fear and worry. The gravity of the situation was evident in their eyes as they desperately sought information about their children. The shooting at Abundant Life Christian School tragically claimed the lives of two individuals, forever leaving a void in the hearts of their loved ones. A dedicated teacher, known for her compassion and commitment to her students, lost her life while selflessly trying to protect those in her care. A young student, full of promise and potential, also became a victim of this senseless act of violence. 6 other individuals sustained injuries in the shooting, their lives forever marked by the trauma of that day. 2 of the injured remain in critical condition, their families clinging to hope as medical professionals work tirelessly to save them. The physical wounds inflicted that day may heal, but the emotional scars will likely linger for years to come. The identities of the victims have not yet been released to the public, as authorities are still in the process of notifying their next of kin. However, the community has come together to offer support to the families affected by this tragedy. Counselors and grief support groups have been made available to help students, staff, and families cope with the emotional aftermath of this horrific event. As the community mourns the loss of innocent lives, investigators are working tirelessly to piece together the events that led to this horrific act. The shooter, identified as 15-year-old Natalie Rupnow, also known as Samantha, was a student at Abundant Life Christian School. Following the shooting, she tragically died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Authorities have launched a full-scale investigation to determine the motive behind this senseless tragedy. They are examining writings and online activity of the shooter, which suggest a history of personal problems and premeditation. Additionally, investigators are working to trace the origin of the 9mm pistol used in the shooting, seeking to understand how the firearm was obtained by the young girl. The investigation is ongoing, with authorities interviewing witnesses, examining evidence, and seeking to understand the factors that contributed to this tragedy. Law enforcement officials are urging anyone with information relevant to the investigation to come forward and share what they know. Section 4. A community in mourning responses and reflections. The shooting at Abundant Life Christian School has sent shockwaves throughout Madison and beyond, leaving the community grappling with grief, anger, and a profound sense of loss. In the wake of this tragedy, the community has come together to support one another, offering comfort, strength, and solidarity during this difficult time. President Biden expressed his condolences to the families of the victims and the Madison community, calling for action to address the scourge of gun violence plaguing the nation. Wisconsin Governor Tony Evers ordered flags to be flown at half-mast in honor of the victims and pledged state resources to assist the community in its recovery. Local businesses and community organizations have stepped up to provide meals, counseling services, and other forms of assistance to those affected by the shooting. Religious leaders from various faiths have opened their doors, offering prayers, comfort, and a space for healing. The outpouring of support from within Madison and from across the nation reflects the deep compassion and resilience of the human spirit in the face of tragedy. Section 5. Preventing Future Tragedies, a Call to Action. The tragic shooting at Abundant Life Christian School highlights the urgent need for comprehensive solutions to gun violence. This incident adds to a long list of school shootings devastating communities. The debate over gun control and school safety is at the forefront, with calls for stricter laws and improved mental health resources. Preventing future tragedies requires a collective effort from lawmakers, educators, parents, and community members.